a long day here in Saudi Arabia, but a historic day as well, and one which the Saudi government is saying is vindication. Vindication for all of the talk over the last 4 years since the crown prince of this country, Mohammed bin Salman, announced the IPO of Aramco back in 2016. You'll remember he was talking at that time about 5% of the company. He was talking about a $2 trillion valuation. A lot of water under the bridge since that time, of course. But I got to tell you, from the start of trade this morning at 10:30 local time, we saw this stock up 10%, and it didn't fall from there. Closing today at around 35.2 Saudi riyals. That's just over $9 per share. A lot of folks speaking to us on the sidelines of this Aramco conference earlier this morning when they rang that bell, talking about how thrilled they were that they were able to bring this stock finally to market, and frankly, suspecting that we could see Saudi Aramco opening higher tomorrow, trading up tomorrow as much as 10%, and possibly by the close of trade getting above $2 trillion. Guys?
Hadley, what does today's debut mean for a potential future international listing? I know there's been talk of a secondary listing in Asia somewhere. Do most people believe that today was successful enough to accomplish that?
It's interesting because the folks that we've been speaking to over the last several months, a lot of momentum getting behind this following those attacks on Saudi Aramco, those at the Abqaiq facility that we covered just in September. Remember, at that time, this really was used to galvanize not just the government, but the company to get this IPO fast-tracked into market. It's been really interesting to speak to local investors specifically over the last couple of months. They do seem to think that an international listing is possible. And when you look at the possibilities in Asia, for example, as we've seen reported lately in the press, something like China, Japan looking very attractive because of the yields. It's really interesting to note as well the retail portion of this Aramco IPO. We're talking about 0.5%. 5 million Saudi individuals decided to buy Aramco. That's 13% of the population. So that's really a signal that in spite of the reports that we've heard, particularly in the Financial Times in the last 24 hours, that so many folks who had been involved in the Ritz-Carlton roundup had been pressured to buy this stock, at least 5 million Saudis decided to buy in. And that signals confidence in the company as well as confidence, frankly, in the leadership.